These are the directions for Math Boxes page 126. Remember, while you're completing Math Boxes page 126, if you need help, you're going to raise your hand and ask your teacher for help. If she's is not available to help you, move on to the next problem or task until she is available to help you. Number 1 says divide the shape below into 4 equal parts. So, boys and girls, you would take your pencil and divide one. Of course, yours is going to be so much better than mine because you're using a pencil and not your finger. You're going to divide the circle in half that way and the circle in half this way. Yours should look a lot more equal than mine do. And then shade one part. So I'm going to shade one section that I divided out. Boys and girls, I've divided those into 4 equal sections. What fraction of the shape is shaded? So 4 has to be my bottom number because that's how many total pieces I have altogether in this shape. And I've colored in one shape, so my top number has to be 1. The numerator is the top number in a fraction. The denominator is the bottom number in a fraction, meaning the parts that you're dividing up. And I would pronounce this or say this fraction 1/4. Use the array to show how you can use 5 times 8 to help you figure out 4 times 8. So boys and girls, I have 5 times 8 here. I have 5 rows with 8 in it. My 8 stays the same in each problem, so I just need to subtract 1 row of 8. So I'll cross out 1 row of 8. You should do that now. And then to solve it, I could count all the dots or all the x's that are there, or I could take 40, which was the total number of x's before, and subtract 8 to get my answer, and then write that on this line. Select all the names that fit one of the parts. Circle the letters next to the correct answers. So if I color one of the parts in, I would say I have 1/2, so I could circle A. 1/4 means that I divided the shape into 4 equal parts. The shape is not divided into 4 equal parts, so I would not circle 1/4. 1/4 also means 1/4, and I did not divide the shape into 4 parts. 1 out of 2 equal parts. Well, if you look at that, there are 2 equal parts and 1 is colored in, so yes, D would also be correct. Shade the top 2 rows one color and the bottom 2 rows another color. So boys and girls, you would take your colored pencils or your crayons and color the first 2 rows up here one color, and I can't do this with the program I'm using, and then these 2 rows down here would be a different color. The area of the top 2 rows, how many little squares are there? You should say 12. You should have counted 12 squares. Area of the bottom 2 rows, if you count them, there's also 12, or you could have just seen that it's equal, and you would know that there's 12. And the area of the whole rectangle, so if I added all those little squares up or counted all those little squares, how many would I have? 12 plus 12, of course, is 24. Number 5. Explain how you found the area of the whole rectangle in problem 4. Well, boys and girls, you can write any answer that tells the person how you came up with the total square units in problem 4. I would say that I added 12 plus 12 from the smaller rectangles and of course yours is going to be so much nicer than mine, rectangles to get 24. It really doesn't matter how you explain it as long as you explain your thinking. Saying the words I counted is not good enough, boys and girls. You have to say what you counted. Or I added is not good enough. You need to say what you added. And so I said that I added 12 plus 12 for the smaller rectangles to get 24.